Bersama saya, Leng Tora. Jangan lupa ikuti Oh My Gisau untuk video-video yang menarik.
Hai guys, jom ikuti kami dalam segmen Oh My Gisau. Lupa, saya Hana. Jumpa lagi.
Korang tunggu apa lagi? Follow kami di TikTok, Spotify, YouTube, Oh My Gisau.
Selama langit bertemu bumi, jadi kisau bila dah bunyi. Apa topik hari ini? Jom kita kongsi-kongsi.
Okey guys, Assalamualaikum sekali lagi. Segmen kita pada hari ini pula, kita bertukar daripada mistik yang kemarin tu, kita akan bertukar kepada kereta pula. So, Leng,
Yes.
apa yang anda tahu pasal kereta?
Kereta ada 4 tayar bang.
Tu kereta
Saya
saya
pun
semua
tahu lah, 4 tayar.
Besi dia buat daripada besi.
Kadang-kadang pancit lah. Tu aku pun tahu.
Okey.
Orang tekak tanya pasal kereta apa?
Maksud saya tentang kereta ni, okey, banyak yang kita dengar tentang LTO, tentang PAF car, COE car, tentang car dealer yang menipu, yang overcharge kita, ataupun ada juga yang kita dengar car dealer yang mantap katanya. Boleh kasih banyak aksesoris, banyak barang percuma.
Masih
Kalau,
wujud ke
kalau
bang?
pasal-pasal
Masih wujud ke
benda-benda
benda tu?
gini kita nak kena tanya Aim sendiri bang.
Okay.
untuk
So
dia
kali
explain.
ini kita ada the expertise Team Hustler.
Assalamualaikum guys.
Waalaikumsalam.
Salam.
Kalau based on ikut kemampuan lah, kita based on kita buying PAF ke COE car. Kalau kita ada kemampuan, kita looking at the higher spec, basically is second hand, tapi PAF balance 2 to 3 years lah. Okay, the point is kalau kita ambil PAF car, kalau kita ada budget, end of the period of that PAF, kita will take back kita punya paper plus body value. And those yang you know selalu ni kalau kita nampak kat luar tu orang ni lease to own ni is basically orang yang kekurangan
Kurangan
dalam budget.
lah.
So dealer yang kat luar lease to own, diorang akan you know example 10 tahun, taking the car 10 tahun. So along the way is consider korang sewa dengan tu dealer.
So nanti, so bila anda cakap pasal lease to own ni, bermakna anda akan mendapat kereta baru.
Betul?
Kereta yang pernah dipakai oleh orang lain,
Selalunya kereta barulah.
kereta baru.
Betul.
Okay.
Jadi bila pak diorang ambil ni kereta lease to own, dia banyak dia punya negatif lah actually.
Oh, negatif.
Seperti apa?
Seperti kalau letak kita ambil ni kereta 10 tahun kita lease to own, jadi kita akan bayar dia punya interest ibarat kita sewa. Sewa along the way, kita pun tak tahu macam mana dia punya clause of the company, the lease to own, macam mana perjanjian dia dengan customer. Might be you know, kalau korang ambil 10 tahun punya kereta, might be korang terikat 8 tahun, 7 tahun, 5 tahun.
Apa yang saya selalu dengar tu, kalau kita ambil lease to own, bermakna kita akan bayar kereta tu mungkin dalam 6 tahun atau 7 tahun. Lepas tu yang 3 tahun balance tu is tak perlu bayar. Adakah betul?
Tak semestinya. Kita macam saya patah balik lah based on the clause of the company.
Okay.
Kita pun, saya pun tak boleh huraikan banyak pasal every company dia ada dia orang punya clause sendiri. Kadang-kadang ada orang saya yang banyak customer datang kat saya, kadang-kadang 9 tahun pun belum break even, belum lagi.
Oh, okay.
Jadi tergetar-getar lah kira. Jadi kira is you are financing sewa lain dengan you punya finance lain, dengan perjanjian yang whatever lease to own. Kalau sekiranya kalau letak ibaratkan you lease to own, you ambil full loan, mana you pilih?
Full loan.
Betul.
Yalah, full loan.
So basically memang budget is not terlalu kuat. So you taruh lease to own dengan you own the second hand PAF car, maksudnya you ambil PAF car 2-3 tahun you full loan.
Tapi tu kira is
kalau
macam
option.
tak payah down payment lah.
Habis kalau down payment selalu orang kalau datang, my customer come to me, I'm full loan. Tapi dia memang dia entry very easy, tapi dia punya exit dia ada certain loophole yang kita nak kena look into it. Macam ada orang cakap, kau ambil dengan aku ni kereta ibarat 3 tahun PAF. Betul? Jadi 3 tahun PAF, ada dealer, certain dealer boleh cakap 2 tahun dah break even, maknanya dah tak berhutang dengan finance. Tapi for my side lah, I always don't promise dengan customer. Pasal bila kita janji dengan customer, satu perjanjian dah pegang. Jadi kalau for me is very straightforward. Kalau korang ambil kereta 3 tahun full loan, korang nak kena mortgage itu kereta 3 tahun sampai habis. Tapi there will be a loophole. Kalau you dah pakai tu kereta 2 tahun, ibarat korang beri 3 tahun ya. Jadi 2 tahun korang just can come back to me or come back to other dealer that you buy. Tanya. Korang berhak untuk bertanya. Pasal it's you finance. Jadi berapa korang dah bayar, berapa ada balance, berapa dealer akan offer. Jadi seimbang. Ibarat kalau korang beli ni kereta 30,000 ni ibarat Jadi along the way korang dah bayar about 25,000. Dia letak korang patah balik dekat kita lah, dekat saya. Jadi saya offer
hutang lagi 5,000 lah tu.
Jadi kalau saya 28,000, maknanya dia dah ada 3,000 ada untung. Jadi that is consider you dah break even, you untung. And of course kalau PAFCA, the best part is kalau you jual balik, letak you pakai habis lah, dia will be paper dengan body value just now as I mentioned lah. So you ada itu duit, you boleh pergi ke another car. You boleh roll over lah.
Boleh buat down payment.
Betul.
Boleh buat cover insurance.
Betul.
Yang for PAFCA lah.
PAFCA.
Kita kalau COE ni,
apa perbezaan dia antara PAFCA dengan COE?
kadang-kadang ada orang, diorang tak faham apa tu PAF, apa tu COE.
So actually kereta dah habis 10 tahun. Dia renew either 5 to 10 years.
Daripada COE lah.
Okay,
COE.
correct lah. Dia renew daripada COE 5 to 10 years. Okay, basically kita looking at value. There will be no paper value. Dah tak ada lagi. Pasal it's already more than 10 years. So they categorize as COE car. So it means kalau you pakai 5 tahun, letaklah you ada rezeki. You taruh 30%. Ini even though PAFCA or COE car, I tak cakap COE car tak bagus, is good based on customer punya budget.
Tapi COE car kira daripada harga is more lower lah.
Semua based on COE lah.
COE lah.
Cat A ke Cat B lah. Ni based semua on COE. Apa CC diorang beli, Tapi kalau you are looking at COE car, dia punya clause is I got a lot of customer that patah balik to me. After buy COE car, my side is more to PAF lah. Might be 1% je lah. But we also selling COE car. Okay, so I need to make this thing clear. Because why? When you taking a COE car, first thing, you're going for full loan. Okay. On top of that, you must ada surplus dekat dalam pocket ke bank. Pasal ini car is wear and tear. The whole dealer, mak motor menangis ke, bini tak minta cerai ke. Okay, dia punya cerita is you must ada surplus. Pasal kalau I think most of Singaporean kita tahu, based on lemon law, 6-month engine, 6-month gearbox,
semua nak kena servis.
It's actually kita, the dealer plus including us also lah, kasih warranty. Tapi along the way, wear and tear, you tak boleh blame dealer, because this is what you choose.
COE car ke,
betul, it's a COE car. You choose this type of category. After 10 years of PAF, then this is what you get. Tapi dia will be wear and tear. Tapi it's good thing because why COE car is not that high macam PAF car. Based on the years lah. Come back based on the even though PAF car 5 tahun, 6 tahun, 7 tahun pun based on COE juga.
Macam we lose is on the maintenance lah. Kalau apa-apa wear and tear, itu je kita keluar duit.
Ini lah, kalau you beli kereta COE car, ibarat you trigger. Alamak, aku beli COE car ni, mak mertua confirm lari. Bini ni confirm kalau aku tak boleh bayar, kena tarik depo, bini tak cerai pula kan. Jadi kita nak kena faham apa yang kita, kemampuan kita dekat situ. Jadi kalau you rasa kalau you ambil COE car doesn't mean is zero. You dapat monthly installment very low, then you tak ada fikir maintenance. This is where the punya loophole datang. Then the customer will keep on blaming the dealer. But actually all the good dealer yang kat luar sana always tell the whole story lah. Kalau fair enough lah, any dealer that when you get the car, 2 hari 3 hari you come, I got a lower arm problem. Okay, some dealer is good. Okay, no problem because 3 hari. Okay, we can do. But after a week, after 2 week, it's not fair for all the dealer including might be you get the car, you dah ram pergi KL ke, pergi dandut dekat ni ke KL kan. Jadi when you come back, I got a lot of incident yang when seminggu datang, I got lower arm problem. Then before we sell the car, Actually we already semua on photo already.
Tapi memang dah ada TNC, kira macam how long the warranty kalau for COE car.
Habis engine dengan gearbox lah.
Engine gearbox
Then
lah.
out of goodwill, kita kasih 2-3 hari. You know, kereta driver ni got problem, you come back to us sikit-sikit lah. You know, we cover all the wear and tear. Yang masuk akalnya wear and tear.
Yalah.
Kalau you come back dengan Aim, alamak, kereta joget Ino lah, then I cannot do anything.
Suruh dia terus joget lah.
Tak boleh. It's good enough lah. Kalau you know, all the dealer boleh cover 6 month engine, 6 month gearbox, it's fair enough. So you tak boleh, you know, long run, then you know you keep on blaming the dealer. And most of the customer yang beli kereta ni kadang-kadang yang muskil punya COE. Kereta yang tak pernah dengar daripada Arab Saudi sampai jadi kita pun tak pernah tahu. You know, so you know when this thing happen, when maintenance ada problem, you know, keep on blaming. This is what I heard. I got more, you know, customer that come back to me buying COE car, you know, but I try to, you know, talk to them nicely what is going on because you choose that car.
Ini pasal ni, okay, Link nak tanya what's the difference between kira EV dengan petrol car lah kira. Ni kira apa, mana satu bagus ni?
Actually, ini kira apa tahu.
Sekarang kira dah tengah in trend pasal this EV kan.
In trend is because kita punya government is looking at, you know, try to cut, you know, environment friendly. You know, they already shake hand. You know, most of EV kereta daripada China is coming.
Saya heard in 10 to 20 years time Singapore dia akan bikin semua EV. I don't know correct ke tak.
This thing is really, you know, been spoken.
They already planning
5 to 10 years ago.
Ini katanya because due to asap kan. Orang kalau boleh nak kurangkan asap.
Dia orang Link dengar pasal Link punya abang saudara dia kerja LTA. Jadi dia ada cakap pasal they try to cut down Singapore punya yang pakai petrol in years to come. Semua jadi EV. So it's macam pollution free for Singapore. Dia nak bikin is first country for Singapore that pollution free. Tapi I don't know what happen ke tak tu, I don't know.
As I mentioned lah, this thing is, you know, it's already 5 to 10 years ago they you know emphasize on it, but we haven't seen anything. But of course, upcoming we see a lot of EV kereta masuk.
Yeah, that's right.
So we can see a bit, you know, and they rebate, you know, 20,000. So I tak boleh, you know, elaborate more on this thing because it's government control.
Sensitive.
Yes, correct.
Tapi kalau nak cakap pasal tentang asap, then saya rasa pun diorang sepatutnya ban on Cap Gome.
Tu tak boleh bang, susah juga nak cakap.
Pasal tu lagi menambahkan asap.
Okay, actually,
bukan cakap asap je, kadang dengan abuk-abuk sekali.
Kalau we are looking into EV pun dia pakai electric apa battery ni semua. Electric battery datang daripada mana? Where it made from? Jadi this thing, you know, you all need to find out.
Kalau saya pernah terbaca artikel mengatakan orang yang menggunakan kereta EV ni bukan di Singapura lah, tapi di negara lain ada yang baterinya terbakar.
Correct.
Sampai kereta hangus.
Tu tak tahu, tu Link nak kena tanya Aim. Pasal Link pun tak tahu whether kalau kita charging dia akan auto cut atau dia tetap akan charging. Itu pun tak tahu.
This based on whatever brand EV car you are taking. Apa dia punya specification. Kalau I terangkan, kita duduk sini 3 hari 3 malam,
tak habis tu.
Tak habis tu, betul.
Betul risau tu.
Jadi
Just basic lah, basic sikit je.
Dia based on kalau letak you buy EV car, okay, you save on
petrol lah.
Tapi road tax is quite high.
Oh, road tax dia higher.
Yeah, based on the CC of the car. So based
ada
on the
CC, correct.
whatever type of car EV you are looking at, actually correct.
Ya, betul juga. Lupa.
And the charging nowadays island-wide already government taruh all the charging port dekat you know all the car park.
Yes.
It won't be happening of cancelling lah. I don't think so.
Correct.
Because they lost a lot. Okay, because they shake hand already. So this one I cannot say anything. But whatever you see,
terpancing nampak EV pun baik pun ni kereta. Macam nak kena beli.
Tu sebab jangan mudah terpedaya.
Tapi no choice, macam dia dah tengah trending banyak lama-lama pun tak tahu whether petrol kereta akan keluar lagi ke tak in 10 years time.
Balik kepada tadi yang kita tanya pasal soalan antara PAF dengan COE. So boleh tak saya kategoriskan kalau PAF tu actually bawah 10 tahun, kereta yang bawah 10 tahun, masih dalam lingkungan brand new sampai ke bawah 10 tahun.
Boleh kategoris macam gitu juga.
So tu untuk PAF car.
Correct.
So kalau COE is kereta yang dah lepas lebih daripada 10 tahun.
Betul.
We need to renew the COE lah. So dia panggil COE car.
Okay, so bila comes to COE car ni, siapa yang nak kena beli tu COE? car workshop ataupun car dealer ataupun customer?
So, kalau letak you already pakai example, I give you one example. Kalau you dah pakai ni kereta PAF dah 10 tahun, dah kira dah kau-kau lah, mak mertua pun tak nangis, kira you dah habis. Cuma you need to see dia punya series on what car you are taking. Example 1.5cc. Okay, we're putting as 1.5. Then you nak kena tengok dia punya range bila pada upcoming punya SOE. Is it worth
to buy?
Or you think that is too high, you just sell off the car. We're talking about PAF car, you're taking paper dengan so kalau you rasa is good, example dia punya SOE is turun, then you think it's very good, I can continue another 5 or 10 years, or depend on you punya budget juga. So you can come back to us, or you can go back to any of your dealer lah, whatever you think is possible. Kadang leceh pasal you need to do all the paperwork, you need to submit. Ada orang tahu buat, just go back to LTA, they do all the COE, buy back. Ada orang tahu, but most of them do not know. They will come back to dealer. Of course there will be a certain admin charge lah.
So kalau misal kata contoh sekarang saya driving kereta Hyundai Vezel,
Okay.
saya beli daripada brand new, saya dah gunakan sampai 10 tahun. Lepas tu saya tengok COE mungkin harga dalam 80,000.
Okay.
So is it saya nak kena bayar one lump sum of 80,000?
Okay, I go back to your question. Based on you pay kemampuan balik. Kalau you think that you ada full cash to pay, by all means. Kalau you rasa you need to take the loan,
you need to refinance balik juga.
Correct, you need to refinance. There will be no such thing as you flick your finger, everything will come. No, you nak kena refinance. Nak ada refinance based on how much you have, 30, 20, 40, is all on you punya easy pay side refinance, how you can come out.
Kalau kita beli kereta baru, actually kita boleh bayar full habis lah.
Kalau out of I make 10 lah, 1 to 10 lah. Yang boleh bayar cash ni actually about 2 or 3 lah. What experience that I saw, right? Cuma most of the time customer will based on full loan, ada 30%, ada 20%. Macam come back to your budget also lah. You must know how to calculate you pay budget. Lepas you pay gaji, you nak kena tolak rumah, tolak orang rumah you, then everything, maintenance you pay rumah, then there will surplus will come out. This balance amount, is it good tak to get a car? Example you ada 2,000 lah. Okay, then you ambil this car, so your monthly you ada 10% down, your monthly gonna be 14 to 15. Ini example lah taruh. So you jumpa balance ada 500, you haven't include you pay car park, you haven't include you pay petrol, you haven't include you punya cash card. Busuk-busuk lah, I'm talking about 1.5 liter. We don't talk about 2 liter lah. 2 liter 1.5. Kalau you rasa is 2,000 a bit cramp, then you save up to bring down, to down payment, to bring down the money installment. It's actually good thing lah. Kalau you ada duit, But as I mentioned, kalau orang yang bangsa ada a bit of kekurangan, but they need a vehicle. Pasal Singapore, I think most of us know lah, we need a transport to move around.
So kalau itu yang tentang you kasih example tu 1.5 liter tu, average about 1,500 is zero down payment?
Zero down payment depend on the car. Kalau you need to stretch that period of basically 1,000.
Zero down payment 1,500 tak ada. Susah dapat kan? It's very hard right?
Very hard.
So kalau zero down payment means it's
ada, tapi we need to see dia punya kereta, berapa owner, kereta, macam marang prapu, marang scraper. Itu boleh lah kita jual. Bahasa tak unknown, unfamous punya, unfamous punya model, design, ni semua.
Dia janji kereta tu bergerak je lah.
Bergerak, kira macam jin pakai tuncit lah, kira jalan. So ada
selalunya apa masalah yang you jumpa kalau bila orang ni dah beli kereta daripada you? What is the problem yang you akan face?
Okay, firstly, bila part, I think most of you know that I banyak more to Continental. I'm a player of PAF Continental. Okay, when you
Continental tu?
BMW, kita
semua high end lah.
It's not actually high end lah, but for last time kalau kita look at this car price like high end, but so far bila I see, alhamdulillah most of kita punya community Melayu is mampu. So that's I feel very proud. Alhamdulillah, I sold a lot.
Tapi saya tak mampu. Kalau categorize kereta saya yang Kia Optima tu dipanggil Continental ke bukan?
Kalau nak bro.
Dah, ya.
Nanti Leng kira modify kan. Leng letak Merc punya logo.
Tapi kalau ikut once in a lifetime, you should try lah Continental. Bukan cakap Continental you nak kena beli 7-8 tahun, betul? At least dalam 3 tahun, 2 tahun you feel satu kali.
Kalau misal kata 3 tahun beli but once you break even, you sell back, ada value lah. Ada value.
Continental still ada kalau we're talking about path lah. Even though COE pun ada value, but based on body lah.
Lesser lah.
Lesser lah, but
for path lah, path.
What I always occurred when bila part customer datang, bila part even though I always sell Continental, tapi I will advise them. It's not that you want to sell your example, you taruh you punya X1, you nak kena jual, So I ask them how much you punya ni, kemampuan everything. Then you see, when I see the punya budget is only secukup rasa gitu, so I will divert, I will show other car. Okay. So bila kita memaksa orang beli satu kereta, is already it's not an asset. It's actually a responsibility for them. After if they buy the car, they need to pay after that. Okay, so for me, kalau boleh customer tu, dia punya monthly installment, we are talking about Continental, dia ada 20%, they feel comfortable. So 2-3 years car might be after they use, they patah balik, come back to us. Tapi so far alhamdulillah ada 2-3 customer patah balik, 2-3 time beli kereta dengan kita. So
ada tak customer yang bangsa dah beli kereta sekali, mungkin kereta tu beli lagi 3 tahun ke apa ke, sekali dalam 1 tahun perjalanan tu, baru 1 tahun they face difficulties, diorang ada masalah kewangan, mungkin kena retrench ke, mungkin tukar kerja ke, mungkin macam-macam cerita lah. So sebelum kereta tu kena tarik dengan pihak bank, they come back to you.
Okay, for those yang ambil kereta, then you think along the way 1 year, okay, you got any problem, okay, try not to run, try not to hide the car, you go back to your
Tapi ini yang apa yang kita belajar, kalau boleh sembunyikan kereta.
Sekarang yes. Sekarang kalau sembunyikan macam mana pun dia dapat.
Leng terus park kat depan police station.
Serah diri kan.
Sekarang you macam mana you hide macam mana pun dia
Mana nak lari.
And they don't mind, you take your time. You nak sembunyi kat mana, important they get the car, interest already there already. Plus. So macam you nak sembunyikan ke, you nak pakai gaun kan tu kereta ke, pakai ribbon ke, mak motor joget-joget ke kan, still they going to sue.
Sekarang is new thing apa tau. Sekarang dengar sekarang ada PHV loan lagi. Ada yang macam your side mana ada macam PHV loan.
PHV is all interest lah. It's actually bukan PHV loan. They are taking loan for PHV. A certain interest will be occurred for PHV, whoever yang ambil PHV. And one more thing, when kita as a dealer, when you sell back PHV, the punya value is not there actually. Pasal kereta is almost, kalau you bawa, okay, example lah, I ask is, kalau you rentap lah, kaki rentap PHV, ini kita berbual open lah, pasal I got a lot of customer yang ada PHV driver. You rentap 1 hari lah, how many kilometer?
Kalau I rentap balik lah.
Paling busuk lah, paling busuk mak betul
ya, kalau cakap kita nak kejarkan duit tu lah, mungkin kayu sampai 12 jam. So when cakap kalau 10-12 jam tu, you are talking about maybe like
tapi ada sampai 12 jam.
Ada yang tak tidur pun ada.
I'm actually Grab driver daripada Uber. I pernah rentap pagi sampai ke besok. 6 petang rentap sampai ke besok pagi, then almost 500 lah. Then mileage, I think you tahu lah, mileage will go far lah. I tak nak elaborate on the mileage lah, depend on individual yang bawa Grab.
Mileage tu boleh jejak daripada Singapura sampai KL pun.
Betul.
Dah sampai KL.
So when you doing PHV, you must stand by, because nowadays kalau whoever yang own a car that PHV, on your lock card they will indicate as chauffeur PHV. So when you come back to dealer, it's already
they already know, right?
Then our customer will come and have a look. Dulu lock card tak tulis, sekarang lock card indicate chauffeur PHV, you tak boleh lari. Then when kita as a dealer, you want to buy this car, kita nak beli ni kereta sangkut ke kita nak beli nak jual, so we need to sell the car. So what we sometimes nak tak nak tolong pun tak boleh nak kena tolong. Dalam masyarakat orang Melayu kita pun minta tolong, jadi kita pun tolong. Tapi of course we won't buy the car as
high
the personal usage, because it's already PHV. So you must understand.
Macam Lane sendiri, kira Lane bawa lah. Tapi kira is part time lah. Tapi ada logo lah PHV kan. Jadi itu macam kira habis juga kira the value jatuh juga
Correct. Nowadays a lot of kita, a lot of rental company, kita as a dealer, a lot of rental company yang buat PHV now is selling their car and is already stuck. Dah sangkut.
Pasal terlalu banyak in the Singapore market. So kita dealer pun kita nak kena faham, whatever car kita ambil pun kita nak kena tengok, kita nak kena nilai. Yang macam Main cakap lah, branding yang kita tak pernah dengar punya, yang susah datang punya, keluar daripada lubang cacing kerawit ni semua kan. Ni mak mertua masa lahir rumah boleh nangis punya, ni susah nak kita jual.
Ada tak yang branding yang susah-susah ni yang cakap ni tadi, yang tak tahu daripada mana asal usul dia, yang susah datang ni? Boleh sebut satu branding?
Tak boleh.
Ini kalau
branding ni semua tak boleh. Mak mertua tak menangis, aku yang nangis.
sensitif kan.
Ni branding is
Aku takut tak kena kereta aku pula.
Kita kan dah memang tak guna, tak payah cakap lah. Cakap pun buang masa.
jadi kita taruh branding A lah. Kadang tak pernah dengar. Dia rentak buat Grab. Then when they come back to dealer tengok ni kereta, ini memang is American car. Ada. I don't want to now I don't want to whatever, I don't want to tell dia punya branding. When they orang bawa PHV, they come back, and of course kita going to take as slow as possible. Ni jujur. Pasal why? Kalau kita tak tolong, orang cakap lama ni dealer tak boleh tolong. Tapi you must understand, the market is not there for PHV untuk siapa balik jual. So it's really you going to start. Dan kalau kita ambil, kalau kita give you good price, the car going to be inside our lot for might be 1 year, 2 months, 1 year, 2 months, 2 years, kita pun tak tahu. But kita as a dealer, kita boleh predict, ini kereta susah ni.
Kira tinggal demand ke tak demand
tak,
ke.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so misal kata sekarang you beli satu kereta ni, sekali kereta ni stuck for 1 year, tak jalan-jalan,
in demand ini kereta branding ataupun tak?
Mungkin tak branding. So what do you all do dengan tu kereta?
Okay. Ni jujur lah sekali cakap lah. Kalau kita example ada 5 customer, we already buy the 2 yang bahasa alien punya kereta lah. Kita beritahu kita bahasa alien. Then the upcoming ni 3 ni kita try not to take, because kita punya lot will be fill up with all this car.
Brand ni
kira alien car lah.
Alien kategori lah.
Ya, tapi when you get already, you dah beli ni 2 sekali, you tengok dia tak jalan ni, dia stuck.
Tawakal lah, kira tawakal.
Tahun 2 tahun ni dia masih tu juga.
Ini nak dia panggil Waradin turun.
Apa yang you akan buat dengan ni kereta?
Okay, what to do is, kalau example itu kita PHV. Okay, we're going to find a suitable customer, is a PHV driver, to buy the car. But so far alhamdulillah, kita paling lambat pun dalam 2 bulan 3 bulan.
Itu kira cepat tu.
You know lah, I buat live apa. So kita try our very hard lah tu. But kalau kita dah beli 2 alien car, dan kita need to buy some more, I think we can afford.
So maksudnya tadi tu, you tahu apa dia buat live. So mana dia jiwa orang tu lah.
Yalah,
untuk beli kereta alien ni.
Something gitulah kira kan. Tapi takkan
gitu.
Kalau macam gitu kita tak jujur.
Jangan macam gitu.
Kalau ikut kiri lah tak jujur. Kalau ikut kanan kita menolong kan. Kalau ikut kiri,
dia kira ikut siapa nak beli lah. Kita tak paksa apa. Kita kira bilang
back to kemampuan.
Tapi because kita beli kereta dengan whoever yang the owner that sell kita PHV, we going to sell back to the PHV at a lower price, because it's PHV vehicle. So you all lah,
kira dia win-win situation.
Singapore PHV driver pun I think dah a lot really. So banyak. So I think macam mana left how many years pun orang akan beli juga for them to try.
So those yang customer yang nak kena pilih kereta, they must think, they must ask dia punya family, what is dia punya consequences, whatever brand you are buying. So you orang nak tahu what is dia punya upcoming. Jangan lari beli. Lari beli memang happy, boleh joget-joget. Mak mertua suka. Ini tak mak mertua tak berdarah, hidung, telinga tak berdarah. Tapi lepas long run kita nak kena tengok. I always tell my customer, you want, even though itu lot ada the car that they want, but I will try to advise them. This car this car what going to happen, you don't come back to me. Pun come back juga.
Macam mana you all solve ni benda? Bila dia
Small
datang balik.
return. When they come back to us, when they going to turn the table around, then this whatever
Black
sales
white
agreement
lah.
will come out. Then they cannot table.
Okay.
Because we buy a car, we sell a car also, we do not know it's not 100%. Always I kalau buat live, I will tell them it's not 100%. Kalau I cakap 100%, I'm bohong lah. It's 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 8 years, 9 years. Even though 9 years pun doesn't mean 9 tahun punya puff car is good. Doesn't mean you buy a brand new car also is good. I got a lot of agent kawan. They also got this thing. Even though customer beli pun, ada problem pun they cannot solve. They must go to, get higher expertise to give advice. So nothing is perfect lah. Cuma whatever kita pay side, we try to advise. Example, ini kereta berapa series, okay, what going to happen, there will be wear and tear. They must really absorb, tahu. It's not because of nowadays kita as a dealer, I think most of my friends semua dealer kat luar going to advise dia punya customer.
It's more on knowledge also lah.
It's not because of selling anyone can sell.
Correct.
But when you come back, customer datang balik,
Itu big problem ni
correct.
Itu yang banyak car dealer actually diorang lepas tangan sebenarnya. Bila diorang tahu diorang dah jual, habis masalah aku.
Correct.
So they don't take, before they get the money, sebelum dapat duit tu, diorang anggap customer tu macam raja. Tapi bila dah dapat, dah settle, customer tu
Kita
sebagai
kata manis dia kat depan kata manis dia dahsyat.
Percent all the car dealer, even though my kawan Cina semua yang car dealer ada Melayu, okay, 10% lah, not much.
Kan?
Because when you are going into this line, it's gonna be a long term punya relationship.
Ya, correct.
You cannot hit and run. Ni benda is not hit and run. Because people going to know you. People going to recommend to the families, to the punya friend, to whatever they need to recommend. So this thing kalau you fikir you come to car dealer just for short term hit and run, aku makan kau pay duit, aku markup tinggi-tinggi 7-8 ribu, lepas tu kau goodbye, go to hell kan. But for us, whoever yang dalam ini industri, I think most of them know that we need our customer to return back to us, patah balik. The cycle is there. But as I mentioned lah, kita tak kasih 100% because kereta is not 100%. Look nice exterior, you boleh spray paint dalam, you boleh upholstery ni semua, but the engine is wear and tear. So this thing beyond kita punya control. But for for the maintenance, we try to give, macam saya cakap lah, lemon law 6-month engine, 6-month gearbox. Most of the customer, ya lah lemon law about 6 months. Yes, customer dapat free. Tapi we as a dealer, we need to tell our workshop, okay, this plate number, simpulan the engine for 1 year, 6 months, gearbox 6 months. So take care of this car. So my boss going to pay lah, standby ni kereta, buy dia punya warranty, something like that.
I see.
Interesting juga
Ya.
Baru kita tahu pasal kereta. Kalau tidak, kita main tengok cantik.
Dan
Dan
cantik je beli
orang Melayu kita ni dia ada satu sifat. Sifatnya apa tau? Kita tak suka tengok lokat, tak suka tengok benda-benda yang kontrak ni, semua kita tak suka baca. Jadi bila datang masalah, semua keluar. Semua akan keluar. Tapi yalah, kalau nak cakapkan, siapa nak pergi baca sepanjang-panjang, tidak 1 page, 3, kadang sampai 3 page kontrak, semua main sign je. Pasal apa? Kita dah gairah, dah nampak kereta, kita dah tahu itu yang kita nak kereta tu. Tapi bila masalah yang timbul nanti, semua jadi porak-poranda.
Exactly.
It's more on back to dealer also lah, has to be amanah, that kind of thing. So like I'm cakap it's long term run. Bukan hari ni, esok, lusa, no. It's kita nak repeat customer, return customer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kita dah repeat customer. Okay.
Understand.
Kalau letak kita, orang customer beli kereta dengan kita, first point, kita nak kena tanya dia, ada down payment tak? I always emphasize. Kenapa dia tanya? Kalau kita tanya ada down payment, nanti dia cakap, I must need down payment, full loan cannot lah. Dan kita akan pecahkan dia punya full loan, what going to happen, dia punya interest, and 10%, 20%, 30% ongoing lah. They can put 50 to 60%. What's dia punya different, dia punya flaws dengan yang full loan, what is dia punya flaws. Example, kita ambil 3 tahun punya kereta, example Link ada 30%. Okay, 3 tahun. So you know that today we look fit. Is nampak fit, sister nampak fit. Besok kita sakit. Apa yang boleh guarantee kita that you know kita sakit? Firstly, kita dah tak ada income, kerja dah tak nak kita. So you know sekarang you ada liability. This is not property, this is liability. What going to happen? Kalau you fikir aku beli dengan air masla ada 30% lah, you know, example 1 year you dah jatuh sakit, come back to us insyaAllah. Because you ada 30% and based on market. Kalau letak itu kereta not even break even, example masih ada hutang 4-5k, insyaAllah kita boleh consignkan, kita boleh jual. Kalau letak dia 3 tahun, Pafka dia pakai 2 tahun, dia jatuh sakit, and automatically kereta dah boleh break even.
Ya, dah break even.
Even though kurang ya.
Cakap pasal ni, saya ada satu soalan. Adakah bila kita mempunyai kereta ni sama macam kita mempunyai rumah? Kalau misal kata apa-apa terjadi dekat si Polan ni, tuan punya kereta, tuan badan punya kereta, sekali misal katalah beliau menutup mata, kereta tu masih ada hutang lagi.
Ya, kereta dengan
dengan rumah. Kalau contoh ni contoh.
Tepes sikit.
Okey, so
boleh gini.
Misal kata sekarang kalau rumah kan diorang cakap kalau kita ada insurans tu, rumah tu free. Betul? Totally habis bayar. Tapi kereta ni adakah sama tak?
Okey, kereta dia punya cerita is whoever the hirer tak ada guarantor.
Okey.
Okey, dia ada categorize. Kalau you beli itu kereta, you ada hirer correct me if I'm wrong, you ada hirer, you tak ada guarantor. Letak you inna wa minkum shortcut. Okey, you masih berhutang.
Saya at least panggil tutup mata ni, nama minkum shortcut.
Sadaqallah.
Betul, this case bila cakap pasal ni, saya link punya kawan, kira husband and wife lah. Sekali husband dia meninggal. Ni betul meninggal. Kereta tu tergantung jadi dia nak jual pun, kira tak tahu pasal dealer pun tak nak ambil.
Kita actually when you buy a car already, it's already you between you dengan finance. Tapi kalau you whoever the next of kin, okay, actually kita ni bukan soheh untuk kasih ni advice. Actually whoever the next of kin must go back to the finance. Kalau you has a hirer, you ada guarantor, then the guarantor going to
take over.
I think itu the wife nak kena take over tu. Sekarang dia ada problem tu. Wife dia pula tak ada lesen. Jadi kereta tu tergantung gitu lah.
Dia tergantung sepi
tak kena bayar.
So dia tak macam rumah lah, whereby kalau rumah kan, kalau tadi inawa minkum shortcut tu terus dapat percuma apa rumah. Kalau apa-apa terjadi, rumah tu kira dah tak perlu bayar lagi. So kereta tak sama lah.
Okay, based on kita punya inilah, based on my experience lah, rumah is actually property. Example, okay, is keep on growing. You beli example rumah ni yang cakap anggaran rumah 5 bilik lah, you buy at 300k. Along the way maturity, rumah naik harga. Betul. It's different. That's why when I always on my life, ni rumah is asset. Kalau kereta is liability. Based on how much you down, berapa you down payment for the car, everything. So means kalau you full loan, begitu jugalah you pergi macam mana, itu kereta 3 tahun jugalah.
Dan so kereta pun tahun-tahun dia bukan naik depreciation.
Depreciation, yes, correct. Every year depreciation based on dia punya model of the car, everything lah. So kereta is not you shooting up the price, you will be going down. So is liability, rumah is asset. It's two different thing. So doesn't mean you beli kereta is all asset. No.
Faham? So yang terakhir sekali, kita belum tanya sekali. Aim Hasler ni, beliau bekerja di company apa sebenarnya?
Aim bekerja dekat Wheels and Shift. Kita Wheels and Shift, kita located dekat EML Automobile 0415. Kita adalah one of syarikat anak orang Melayu yang satu je kat sana, with all the competitor. Tapi so far alhamdulillah, orang Melayu kita support. You know, kita ada multi-racial yang support. Okay, kalau orang masuk Wheels and Shift, orang tengok handover kita ada orang India beli kereta, Mak Saleh beli kereta, Cina beli kereta, of course Melayu kita yang support kita, alhamdulillah. Kalau whoever yang keep on supporting, kita akan kekal lah, insyaAllah.
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 Kalau misal kata sekarang ada yang nak membeli kereta, ataupun ada yang nak bertanya tentang masalah kereta mereka, boleh hubungi Aim tak?
InsyaAllah boleh. Kita don't base on whoever yang nak belilah. Whoever yang ada masalah pun, selalu I got a lot of masalah.
Tapi masalah kereta je rumah tangga mak
Saya tak campur, tak ada. Kalau mak mertua nak kahwin janda ke, saya tak campur. Jadi pasal mengenai kereta je saya layan. InsyaAllah. Selalu so far banyak masalah yang datang. I think most of all the dealer outside pun tahu yang ada yang kena scam di sana. A lot datang kat ni. So far ada juga 2-3 kita already outside kita solve kan. Alhamdulillah. Anything lah, whatever you are not sure about kereta pun, you can come back to us lah. Yeah, of course, insyaAllah. We try to help. It's not because we sell only.
So they all can just come to you, contact you to ask any enquiry ke apa-apa kan. Boleh
Boleh insyaAllah. Boleh insyaAllah.
Kita akhiri rancangan ini. Sekian, terima kasih. Saya ucapkan kepada Aim Hustler.
Sama-sama.
Hana, Leng. Okay, so kita jumpa lagi dalam rancangan Oh My Risau. Rancangan ini ditaja oleh Wheel and Shift. Yang nak beli kereta, yang nak jual kereta, bolehlah hubungi
Aim Hustler di talian 87536337
ataupun kunjungi mereka di alamat
AML Automobil 61 Ubi Avenue 2 0415.